Let's try again. Hopefully this stream is working now. They really didn't like the fact that I plugged in my charger on my laptop. So we're here for part 2 now. Welcome back, hopefully. So I'm actually just going to very quickly oh no, it's continuing with the same stream. Oh, amazing. Oh, did it? Oh no. What a shame. Such a pain is YouTube. No. Okay, it's a separate live stream. So let me just put some information down here. And I'll probably have to call this like a part 2. And then when I'm editing things later, it will be better. All right. Good. We're back. We're back. We're back. I got my charge again. Hi, dear me. So the wonderful world of live streaming never goes well, does it? Never ever. I don't think I've ever had like a smooth live stream in my life. Never. Like 10 years of doing YouTube. Okay. Let me take a sip of coffee and we will continue. Ay, ay, ay. So, did we have any questions? Did we have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? About the text or about any vocabulary that's in the text? Someone before mentioned about, what was it? Whereabouts. This word here, whereabouts, which means like, where more or less. Yeah. Your coffee becomes cold. Actually, the coffee's become warm. The coffee has become warm. It did have ice cubes in it, and it doesn't anymore. How can I improve my pronunciation? By shadowing, by watching my videos, by getting lots of input, by talking to people, by taking lessons. There. Okay, so nothing more? Fantastic. I think we lost like lots of people, which is a real pain. Hopefully all those people come back. But never mind. Yeah, because I really wanted to talk about the announcement with the new courses. I was super excited, but yeah, hopefully people will come back. Let's see. Never mind. So, that's that one. Let's have a look at the final one here. So we have introducing yourself on a call with people you've never met. So if at work, you have to introduce yourself to perhaps new clients or freelancers that come in and work with the team, or perhaps just even new team members quite often, then this is going to be really useful for you. Yes, this is a recorded broadcast, and this is going to be part 2. So hopefully you guys will be able to catch part 1 and part 2. All right, so we've got the chair. So the chair in this case doesn't mean like a chair, right? We're not talking about a chair that you sit on. This is the chair of a meeting. It's the one who's leading the meeting. They are the person who is saying like, okay, you speak, let's move on to this topic now, let's introduce this, can you please speak, and so on. Okay, we tend to use the term chairman or chairwoman or chairperson, or you can just say chair. Okay, so the chair of the meeting is the one who's leading and directing the meeting, so the chair. Okay, so okay, I think that's everyone. Now this person, they're not sure, right? So, okay, I think that's everyone. So their intonation's going to go up at the end. They're not too sure. I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone. They're also signaling, I've not finished speaking yet. I'm the chair. I've not shut up yet. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Shall we go round? Quickly and introduce ourselves. Introduce. Oh, sorry, the stress is on juice. Introduce. Okay, it's not introduce, but yeah, introduce. Okay, I think that's everyone. Shall we go around quickly? Break. Shall we go around quickly? Round quickly. So we're not going to pronounce the D. Why? Because it works in a similar way to the T that we looked at. If you remember, we talked about consonant, T, consonant, and we can remove the T. The same happens with D when it's at the end. So we can say go round quickly, go round quickly, not go round quickly. It's difficult to say, so remove it. Go round quickly. And introduce. Link it together because it ends with a consonant, begins with a vowel, and it's weak. We remove the D and introduce ourselves. Introduce ourselves. Maybe you start, Lily. So here we could read it like, shall we go around and introduce ourselves? Ourselves. They're kind of suggesting something, yeah? It's not really a question. Yeah, they're just kind of suggesting, shall we go around and introduce ourselves? Maybe you start, Lily. Maybe you start, Lily. Yeah, maybe you start. Like I wouldn't say it's a command, but it's like a, you know, the chair is leading the meeting, let's say. Yeah, maybe you start, Lily. And Lily, we're going to go up because we're suggesting. Yeah, we're kind of questioning if Lily wants to start the meeting. So maybe you start. Here we're going to stress you because it's you, not you. Yeah, it's emphasis. Maybe you start, Lily. Okay, I think that's everyone. Shall we go around quickly and introduce ourselves? Maybe you start, Lily. Okay. Sure, no problem. Oops, that's the full one. Sure, no problem. Problem. Sure, no problem. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Lily. Or it could actually go down. Hi, everyone. I'm Lily. I'm one of the project managers based in London. I've been with the company about 2 years. Based in London. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Lily. I'm one of the project managers based in London. I've been with the company about 2 years now. So here we're going down. Okay. And marking the stress. Hi, everyone. I'm Lily. I'm one of the product managers based in London. I've been with the company. So notice I'm saying I've been with the company. I've been with the company about 2 years now. Oh, can't highlight that. There we go. I've been with the company about 2 years now. 2 years now. Sure, no problem. Hi everyone, I'm Lily. I'm one of the project managers based in London. I've been with the company about 2 years now. Yeah? Luke. Great to meet you. Now here we can also link. We could say, great to meet you. Great to meet you with the glottal stop that we looked at before. Or we can say, great to meet you. And we can do this symbol. Let me find it. This one. Okay. Great to meet you. Great to meet you. Great to meet you. I'm Luke. Again, we can either go, I'm Luke, because he's listing things about himself, okay? So you may be thinking, okay, why is this going up? Well, one, she's not quite finished her thought yet, and two, she's also listing things about herself, yeah? So, I'm Luke. I look after the back-end team. I'm based in Berlin, so apologies in advance. Oops. If my video freezes, because the internet's not the best here today. The best today here. Okay. Hi, I'm Luke. I look after the back-end team. So back-end team means when you're talking about a company or you're talking about tech, it's the people who work in the back, okay, of everything. Like if you're developing something, you've got the front end and then you've got the back end team. The front end is like the website, customer facing. The back end is dealing more with like the company, dealing with the logistics of everything within the company, okay? The back end team. I'm based in Berlin. So apologies in advance if my video freezes because my internet's not the best today here. Okay? Yeah, in programming, exactly. Yep, you got the front-end developers and the back-end developers. Yep. All because of the camera. My apologies, friends. Thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you for reminding me. It's because I'm only using one monitor now, so everything is on here. So I can't look over here to check if my screen is covered. But thank you for letting me know. Okie doke. Fantastic. So, great. Nice to meet you. I'm Luke. I look after the back-end team. So this could go up or it could go down. I look after the back-end team. I'm based in Berlin. But I probably wouldn't. I would say, I look after the back-end team. Break. I'm based in Berlin. Now I'd go up. Because I haven't finished the thought yet. So, apologies. Yeah? I'm based in Berlin, so apologies in advance if my video freezes. So apologies. Apologies in advance if my video freezes. Because my internet's not the best here today. Best today here. Keep mixing those two. Yeah? Now hopefully you can see that now. Okay. No worries. Oops, not highlighting. There we go. Happens to all of us. Notice what I'm doing. Yeah? Happens to all of us. This time we're linking with a wa. Remember before we were looking at linking with a ya? This time we're linking with a wa. Yeah? To wall. And that's because to is a rounded sound. To wall. To all of us. To all of us. Great. Thanks both. Oh, great. Thanks both. Like, thanks both of you. Yeah? Thanks both. Right. Let's get into it then. So they're being quite affirmative. Yeah? One thing that's really interesting in English is that if your intonation constantly rises at the end of a sentence, it can sound like you're really unsure of yourself. It sounds like you're really unsure about what you're saying. And that can give the impression that you're not very confident. So if you're saying something like, great to meet you. I'm Luke. I look after the back-end team. I'm based in Berlin. So apologies in advance if my video freezes because the internet's not the best today here. Yeah. I'm Lily. I'm one of the project managers based in London. I've been with the company about 2 years now. Okay. You see, if you're constantly rising at the end, it sounds like, I'm not sure if what I'm saying is true. Yeah. To all of us. Where is that? Someone else mentioned this one. To all of us. The last line? Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. To this one. Yeah. Happens to all of us. No worries. Happens to all of us. Perfect. Yeah, yeah. So we're adding a were. This is a feature of connected speech. What's really interesting about English, I'm gonna have to move myself. Oh no, you should still be able to see it. Okay. What's really interesting about English is when you're linking vowel and vowel, yeah, a vowel at the end of one word and a vowel at the beginning of the next word, right, is that we insert another sound in between to help us transition between the two vowels. Yeah. So in this case, we're looking at were to wall, so we can link with were. We looked at the other one before with ya. I can't remember what it was. What was it? The ads. That was the one. Yeah. So the ads. I feel like there was another one that we did. Yeah. So the ads here. Like, yeah. Delay again. That was the other one. Whoops. Yeah, you see here? Delay again. Delay again. Yeah. So we link with a yeah. And the other one, because there are 3 ways that we can link vowels together, yeah, is with r. And r, I don't think we've seen an example of it yet. So let me give you one. Because what kind of teacher would I be if I didn't give you an example? A terrible one. So if I say, I'm going to give you 2 examples because they show 2 different types of linking with the r. This is one. And this is 2, right? So if I say, I saw a film yesterday, I saw a film yesterday, I'm linking here with a r. Put it here. I saw a film yesterday. I saw a film yesterday. So really naturally, you have to say it quickly. If you say it slowly and you say, I saw a film yesterday, it sounds weird, right? This is a feature of rapid speech. So you have to say it quickly. I saw a film yesterday. I saw a film yesterday. Same with this one. Now, car, you may be thinking, well, Emma, there's already an R in car, right? But notice what I'm saying. Car, car. I don't pronounce the R in British English, right? I pronounce it as car. But when the next word begins with a vowel, we insert the R back in. So if I say the car, no R. The car alarm is going off, I add the R back in. So the reason why I'm showing you these 2 examples is because they're 2 different cases. This is the linking R. And this is the intrusive R. Okay? So the linking R is super simple. Whenever there's an R in the word, linking R. Yeah? Or an RE at the end of a word is linking R. However, if there's no R in the spelling, like in saw, ends in W, doesn't end in R, right? It's an intrusive R. Okay? We add it in there. It's intruding, sneaking in, right? So that's your little introduction to vowel linking up here. Yeah, we have 3 different types. Wa, ya, ra. And you've looked at all 3 today. So, no worries, happens to all of us. Great, thanks both. Right, let's get into it then. I'll get as well. Yeah, right, let's get into it then. You can see there. Okay? I saw a film yesterday. That's new to me. So I'm currently learning Italian, and what's really interesting is you use a lot of linking in Italian. Something I'm really getting used to. I'm having a taste of my own medicine because you use linking a lot in Italian. And I was thinking about something like, I'm looking at it, or it. Not in this case. So this is just with linking vowels. Yeah? So if you're taking at, it, at ends in a t, and it's a consonant. So there's going to be no intrusive sound in there. There's going to be no r. We just say at it. Yeah, at it. I'm looking at it. What you can do, if you want to take it to another level, is you can say at it. And you can use the glottal stop, which we looked at before. Yeah, remember that uh-oh sound? At it, at it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. The problem is that if you're using the glottal stop a bit too much, and you're saying, I'm looking at it, better, city, bottle of water, and you're always removing these T's and replacing them with the glottal stop, it can give the impression with some people that it's lazy speech. Yeah? So be careful that you're not using it too much. Okay? If you are in a professional context. If you're talking to friends in a pub or something, it doesn't matter. Yeah? Use glottal stops everywhere you like. It doesn't matter at all. However, if you're talking in a professional context, like in these situations, yeah, we're in a meeting at work, we're talking to colleagues, we're talking on Zoom and Teams and everything like that, okay? We don't really want to be using the glottal stop that much, especially as we want to make sure that people understand us. So if you're using things like the glottal stop, it may stop some people from understanding you as clearly, especially if you speak in an international team, right? Brits will understand you. How can I join you? Your course is much more costly to purchase, and for this reason I don't understand YouTube. Well, then you can enjoy my YouTube videos. YouTube will always be free. Oh, fantastic teacher. Ah, gracias. Greetings from Spain. I like the expression your own medicine. Yes, to have a taste of your own medicine. I found glottal stops difficult as well. Yeah, glottal stops can be tricky, but you don't have to use them, okay? They're just a feature of speech, but you don't have to use them at all. So, that is that for today. We had an issue with the live stream where I plugged in my laptop to charge it and it cut it off. So there will be part 1 and part 2 in 2 separate live streams, okay? So you can go back and watch them, but if you're thinking, why are there 2 live streams? Why is there a part 1 and part 2? That's why, okay? Before we finish, as I mentioned at the start of the part 1 live stream, I really want to talk about the brand new programs for Spanish and Italian speakers. We're going to be launching 2 new group coaching programs. So 2 new group courses, live courses. One for Italian speakers to help you with your English pronunciation, and one for Spanish speakers, okay? The link to join the waitlist, if you are a Spanish speaker, is down below. And if you're an Italian speaker, should be down below as well. If it's not, I'm going to put myself in big face mode. And I'm going to put them down below. So, Italians, listen to me now. This is your link. If you're interested in joining the group course that starts in September. So enrollment opens next week, but the course actually starts in September. Okay, you can use this link to join the waitlist and you'll be notified because there are limited spaces. And for Spanish speakers, this is yours to join the waitlist. Okay, Portuguese, I don't have it yet. We're just starting with Italian and Spanish because the majority of people that we help are Spanish speakers, typically from Spain. It's why I put the Spanish flag, but it can be any Spanish speaker, okay? But the most important thing is that your native language is Italian or your native language is English, okay? Is English. Or your native language is Spanish. When will the next stream be? Good question. I don't know. I'm just doing a live stream because 1, I haven't done one in a long time. 2, I enjoy them. And 3, I wanted to announce the brand new pronunciation courses, live group pronunciation courses for Italian and Spanish speakers. Would you guys be interested in seeing the syllabuses for the programs? I'll have a sip of my coffee, wait for you to respond. Portuguese is close to Spanish. It is. However, is your name Juca? Juca, the thing is that I don't recommend you join the Spanish program because you have completely different problems compared to a Spanish speaker if you're a Portuguese speaker. And also, you have very different problems if you're a European Portuguese speaker compared to a Brazilian Portuguese speaker. So when we launch the Portuguese programs, we'll be doing probably a European one and then a Brazilian one. Because the problems are very different for you guys. But good. Find really challenging is to slow down when I read aloud. Yeah. One thing that really helps, Dean, is if you do shadowing. So one technique that you can use with shadowing is actually repeating at the same time as a recording. Yeah. So there are two main types of shadowing. One where you can listen, pause, repeat, and then one where you can listen and you repeat at the same time as the recording, right? So if you're wanting to build up fluency and get your pace a bit more natural, then listen and repeat at the same time. Would you like me to go through the syllabuses for the new programs? Because I haven't announced them anywhere and I'm super excited. Let me show you. And I've been building them myself. So I'm super excited. We'll go to this one and I'm going to switch this to... Where is it to? This one? Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. This is super exciting. It's exciting for me. Don't know about you guys. I'll make this a bit smaller as well because it's big. Okay. So we'll start with Spanish speakers. So Spanish speakers, this would be your syllabus. Just to give you a taster and a preview of what is going to be included in the program. Okay. So what I really wanted wasn't just a program that focused on the sounds of British English, where you're just learning how to pronounce the vowels and the consonants, okay? But I wanted a program that was complete, right? I wanted to give you a real foundation of English pronunciation and British accents, okay? The British accent that's going to be focused on is modern received pronunciation, okay? Because it's the one that you're kind of probably the most familiar with, okay? It's the one that's used in dictionaries and things like that. So from the very beginning, we're going to be focusing on rhythm, stress, and intonation, okay? Rising tones, syllables, everything that we've kind of talked about today, but it's going to be specific to Spanish speakers, right? So we'll be talking about the difference between Spanish rhythm, stress, and intonation, and English stress, rhythm, and intonation. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and also an introduction to the schwa. If you're a Catalan speaker, you're going to find that much easier, right? But if you're not a Catalan speaker, then we definitely need to cover that because it's fundamental if you want to get the correct rhythm of English. Next, you're going to focus on connected speech. So typically pronunciation courses, they start with the sounds first, but what we're doing is we're focusing on stress, intonation, rhythm, and connected speech from the very beginning of the course. And there's a good reason for that, because we want you to get the fundamentals of those because you're going to be practicing it throughout the rest of the program. So while you're focusing, for example, on and these three sounds, ear, air, which don't exist in Spanish, okay? You're going to be practicing your connected speech, intonation, and rhythm at the same time. So these two are integrated throughout the whole program, okay? So as you're practicing sentences, the coach is going to go through and mark the connected speech. You're going to practice the rhythm. So by the end of the program, by week 12, because it's a 12-week program, You're going to have much more natural sounding intonation because you're going to have practiced it for the past 3 months, right? Instead of just focusing on the sounds. Yeah? It's all connected. It all comes together. Then we focus on some of the sounds, as I mentioned. E and I, and a, the a sounds, the o sounds, the r sound. So no more ra. Yeah? Red, ready. No, red, ready. The th sounds. Whoops, I'm jumping around. The th sounds. So if you're a speaker from typically like the north or the center of Spain, you'll be able to do the th. Yeah, as in words like cerveza. Yeah. However, if you're from the south or if you're from the Canary Islands or areas of Central and South America, then it's going to be a bit more difficult to do the th. So we've incorporated that into this because we understand that not all Spanish speakers can do the th. But we compare th and the, and also t and d, which not many programs do. Not many courses talk about t and d, but we are, because your t and d is very different to the English t and d. Yeah? In Spanish, is dental, is here. Yeah? To do. To do. What are you going to do? Yeah? In English, to do. To do. It's completely different. To do. To do. So you'll be learning that. B and V, very, very typical. A lot of students say very good. Very good. Yeah, the. We're going to be focusing on that together. And also initial and final voicing. That sounds very fancy, okay? Because this is a behind the scenes document, right? This is this is with the team, not for you guys. But one really interesting thing that Spanish speakers do is you voice b, d, and g at the beginning and end of words. And when you do this, it sounds very, very Spanish in English. So instead of saying do, you'll say something like do. And it's really strong. Yeah? Go. You say go. You add a lot of voicing. Yeah? So we're going to be focusing on that. So it removes that feature because it's a feature of Spanish, not a feature of English. Also, ya, ja, cha, and sha, ja for my Argentinians and Uruguayans. Yeah, we'll be focusing on these two here. But one interesting thing, again, about Spanish speakers is that it can be a bit tricky getting the ya sound. So saying yesterday, it's really typical for Spanish speakers to say yesterday. Yeah? Yes instead of yes. Yesterday instead of yesterday, right? So we want to focus on that. We don't want you saying yesterday with ja, but ya, yesterday. Yeah. And also the length of these sounds, the difference between ja and ja and cha and sha. Because in Spanish you have cha, like chico. Yeah? Chico, same as in chicken. It's the same sound. But what can be a bit tricky is getting the sha. Unless you're Argentinian or Uruguayan, then the sha, like llegar. Yeah? You have that sha already. But in Spain, they don't. So we've made sure that the program is tailored to Spanish speakers in general. Yeah. The light and the dark L, super important. And also consonant clusters and this is just a fancy word here, that basically means adding a vowel sound at the beginning of words. So one interesting thing that you Spanish speakers do is you say things like Spain, study, yeah, I am Spanish. No, I'm Spanish. So we're going to look at removing that okay? Ed endings and s and z at the end of words, yeah? So s, of course, you have s in Spanish, that's no problem, but you want to be able to pronounce it correctly in s endings, and also the z, which doesn't really exist in Spanish as well. So you're going to focus on that. So it's a really complete syllabus, completely tailored towards Spanish speakers. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. And if you're interested in joining the group pronunciation program for Spanish speakers, the link is down below in the description of this video, but I will also put the link here, and you can join the waitlist. Okay, the wait list is there. And beginner. What if what do I learn? Wait, what's that? If I'm a beginner, what do I learn first? Grammar, reading, listening, or how to pronounce? All of them. All of them. Yeah? One is not more important than the other. You should be doing them all evenly. Teach sounds are so difficult. How can I pronounce them easily? Well, if you join the pronunciation course for Spanish speakers, then you'll know. My Italians, my wonderful Italians, where are you? Let me go through your syllabus. So yours is quite similar because you have some similar interferences as Spanish speakers, but still, you have your own unique challenges, and the program is adapted for that. Okay, so for Italians, you're going to focus on the on rhythm, stress, intonation, and so on. One interesting thing about Italian speakers compared to Spanish speakers, when you speak English, you're quite flat. Yeah. Show how speech links together. Yeah. Da 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 da. It's quite flat. While Italians, you kind of do the opposite. So it's like, show how speech links. It's like, really, it goes up and down like this. And it's a bit exaggerated in English. Yeah. So we're going to be focusing on your intonation and trying to calm it down a little bit. While for the Spanish speakers, we're going to be doing the opposite, right? So even though it's the same topic, you two have very, very different problems, right? So we're going to be focusing on the schwa. This is like the sound that you add at the end of words, which we're going to talk about in a moment because it's a mistake. Italian words typically end with a vowel sound, right? So one of the difficult things for Italian speakers is ending words with a consonant sound. So one thing you tend to do is you add this sound. You add a vowel sound. So you'll say something like let me think, like phone. Yeah, you don't say phone, you say phone. Phone. Wall. Yeah. Trying to think. Mouse. Yeah. So you add this extra sound at the end, okay? And that's the sound that's going to be here. Yeah, the schwa sound. So you can already do it. It's just making sure you're doing it in the correct way. Connected speech, so that you start to sound more fluent. And again, the reason why we're starting with stress, intonation, rhythm, and connected speech right at the beginning of the program is because we're going to be incorporating it throughout the rest of the program. So as you're practicing, the schwa, the different vowels and things like that, you're going to be looking at linking all the way through. So we want you to know the theory so you're not questioning, why am I connecting, right? Also linking an intrusive R, which we've talked about today a little bit. You'll be practicing that so you sound more natural. You've got the different vowels, very similar to Spanish with these ones. Same here. And then gemination. So in Italian, you have double consonants. Yeah, like sono and sono. And what tends to happen in English when Italians speak is they'll say things like sitti, somma. Yeah, but we don't do that in English. So we're going to try and get that out of you, that habit. And also adding the final schwa sound. Remember I mentioned like phone, yeah? Is not correct in English. You need to be removing that. Like dog, much, yeah? We're going to be removing that final vowel sound so that you're ending words correctly. Dog, much, okay? Then S at the end, and also the S and voice consonants at the beginning. So it's quite typical for Italian speakers to say like zdop, zbring, zgai, which I find very hard to do. But you guys can do it because it's what you do in Italian, yeah? So you just bring it over into English. So we're going to help you soften that, help you fix that. Of course, we've got to focus on the H. So instead of saying hotel, you say hotel. Yeah. And also hypercorrection. What's typical of Italian speakers is that instead of saying island, quite a lot of Italians say highland, and you add this ha sometimes, which is incorrect. So we're going to focus on that. And then ed endings and the dark L. And that's it. Those are the two syllabuses. So if you are an Italian speaker, let me get rid of this person. There's always one annoying person, isn't there? Yeah. Let me just delete this person. What an idiot. If you are an Italian speaker, then you can join the waitlist if you're interested in joining the group pronunciation course for Italians. And if you are a Spanish speaker, then you can join here. And that is it for today. I have run over and gone on way too far, and it's so hot, so I want to go and hide under the air conditioning right now. But thank you so much. If you have any questions about the group programs, you can either send me an email to emma@pronunciationwithemma.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or just join the wait list, and next week you're going to receive all of the emails with all of the information. Okay, it's completely free to join the wait list, but please only join the wait list if you are a Spanish speaker or an Italian speaker, okay? Because otherwise the program's going to be useless to you, and I want the program to be useful to you, okay? Thank you very much, everyone. I will wish you a wonderful weekend, and that's it. Keep practicing your pronunciation, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye, guys.